Hey my Squidlings, it's Katie here and welcome back to another sketchbook tour. This is for the month of July 2016. I am going to go ahead and start off by saying I did not sketch every day in the month of July. The beginning and the end I was busy, or I went on a couple vacations last month. And, well, they weren't really long vacations, they were just over the week, or the weekend, but, I was busy and I didn't have time to draw, so I didn't, and I wasn't going to try to make up those days because I just wanted to be honest. So, I just decided to only sketch on the days that I actually sketched. So, actually, we're going to start off in this sketchbook first. They are jumpy back and forth, but I'm going to go through one sketchbook at a time, just because I don't want to confuse myself. Alright, so like I said, we're going to start with the sketchbook first. I actually went to a place called Arc Encounter with my family when I went to visit my dad, and I got this really cool sketchbook. It's probably not meant to be a sketchbook, but I use it as one. It's really thick. I actually have my tickets back here because I plan on scrapbooking them because I've never scrapbooked before and I wanted to do that, but that is not really important. So when you open it up, it just kind of tells you stuff about the Arc Encounter, but I don't know if you can see that paper, but it's supposed to be handmade paper and it's really, really nice. So, well, okay, I'm gonna have to take these out because they're gonna flop everywhere. Alright, so ignore that. I was practicing hand lettering, and then I was trying to see what would work in this. Water, not so much, it peels the paper. Copic is okay, colored pencil was okay. Pencil, of course, but I just wanted to experiment to, like, see what I could do with this. So my sketchbook tour actually starts on July 10th. That is when I got home from my first trip. So this was the trip to Ohio. I did a couple of sketches. I used a little bit of Copic on these. I don't like the way this came out at all. But here's a closer look. Well, flippy page. But yeah, I really like the size of this. I don't know what size it is, but I like it. July 11th, I just did a girl, and I decided to paint her hair and her shirt in gouache and leave the rest of it, just plain and pencil-y. I was actually trying to see how gouache worked, and I really like it. I think it's really pretty. July 12th, I did a couple gestures, some faces, and I used some colored pencil in here. Really experimenting, I was still experimenting to see how the paper took, and just doodles, and it's smaller paper. I generally sketch on a 9x12, so this is a lot smaller. I want to say this is like a 6x6, but I could be wrong. But it is smaller, and I really like it. July 13th, I did some more doodles. I really like the way this one came out. I used this little water brush that I had in a Art Snacks box, and I just kind of colored it in, just, doodle stuff. July 14th, I was practicing hands. I love how this one came out. Oh, I think it came out really well. But I was just practicing. I was just doing my hand in different positions and then drawing it. They didn't all turn out well, but I mean, I hate how I draw hands. Alright, there is a bit of a jump. This is July 17th, and I drew my character Raisha asleep on a tree. Maybe she's tired from picking apples. Who knows, but I really like this. I will probably make this into a speed paint one day. I like the way this came out. July 18th, I don't know why her horns are really wonky, but that's supposed to be a girl with horns. I don't know. And then I like the way this came out too. I was doing some perspective on the face with her head like tilted down, and I really like the way it came out. July 19th, a lot of doodles, mostly gestures and hands, but nothing really special. I just was practicing. That's what my sketchbook's for, right? July 20th, I whipped out a green Posca pen and I just scribbled, and a lot of this crap I don't like, but I do like the way this turned out. It's supposed to be like some weird braid, but I don't know. I don't know. I like it. July 23rd, there's a bit of a jump there. I just did a little, I assume, mermaid girl, because she's got like a little mermaid ear, and then another character bust of an angry looking, girly, tomboyish looking girl. I don't know, I really like how she looks. I think she's pretty. July 24th, I sketched a building, and then I sketched a beach. I don't know. I'm bad at buildings. That's why I never draw them. July 25th, I drew a couple of eyeballs, and this pose, I love this pose. I outdid myself. I like the way it turned out. So I might do a character in a pose like this one day. I don't know. I like it. Oh, and then that's it for this part of the sketchbook tour. Then I actually have a couple of watercolor paintings. They're really nothing special. I was just like throwing watercolor onto the paper. This is actually my first attempt using the Sonnet watercolors. I will have a link up here to that review. I really like them. I was just using them though with a water brush, and I don't know, I just wanted to see how vibrant and stuff they were, and I really like them. This so bad. This is supposed to be a lighthouse. It was not from any kind of reference. Neither of them were, and you can really tell. Yeah, just it's garbage on a paper. And then in here, I drew this on the way up to Tennessee. This is July 15th. I drew Raisa. I drew Raisha tearing her face off to reveal her evil side. I don't know. My brain works weird. And then I drew my little mushroom girl. This was before she was actually a character. I was still kind of designing what I wanted her to look like. I drew the road because Tennessee from where I live is really far. It's like a 6-hour drive, and I was bored to death. So those are scribbles. And then when I got to Tennessee, I painted a couple things. My grandma had this like pot thing outside, and I figured I would paint en plein air because I'm fancy. No, I wanted to try it, and she has a lot of hummingbirds, so I just painted this derpy little bird, and then I wanted to paint a flower, and then I painted a sunset and a little pelican. I don't know, but it was fun. Oh, that was July 16th, by the way. Alright, now we're into the big sketchbook. July 13th, I was kind of thumbnailing a few ideas that I have. This was, I might make it a full illustration one day, but this is a thumbnail to a picture I did for my casein review with that paint. I ended up not adding the little sprite dudes, but I might go back and add that because I do like the way this thumbnail turned out. I just don't like the way the final painting turned out. Then this one is more thumbnailing on the character that I wanted to do. If you saw my, I think, last sketchbook tour, I drew a girl that was asleep on a swing, and the scenery was growing up around her, and that was just a little bit more of thumbnailing for that. I kind of was trying to get how I wanted her pose, and then down here I just drew a little lighthouse, and I really like the way this lighthouse was drawn. I did use a little bit of a reference though, but I still really like it. July 21st, yes, I know that's a big jump from the 13th to the 21st. Just some scribbles, a girl with an eye patch, and then a sleepy girl, more swing girl doodles, and yeah, nothing fancy. July 22nd, I drew my concept for my Toko bust. If you want to see that, link will be up here. I really like the way this one came out. It's probably my second favorite. I don't know. I just like the way she came out. I think it did her justice. And I never really draw Toko, but she is really pretty. July 23rd, I was working on perspective. Wow. Like, Katie never works on perspective. It's really bad. I know nothing about perspective. I just drew my favorite girl from Love Live, Katori, in a bath. That is her knee, and that's her foot. She's like lifting her knee up and stretching her other foot. It looks kind of wonky to me, but the perspective is okay. It's definitely not the best I've ever done, but it's not that bad either. I don't know. I really like this, and I definitely want to turn it into a full illustration. I don't have enough days in the year to do full illustrations, I swear. But one day! July 24th, I did a really rough concept of what I did for my collaboration with Shella Wren. If you want to see my half of the video, card will be up here. And I really like the way this came out. I went for a more, I mean, you can hear me talk about it more in the video, but just a brief lowdown. I went for like forest nymphs living in like mushroom villages. And maybe she's like leaving her house because all forest nymphs have to leave and she looks upset about it. But I really like the way this came out. I've been obsessed with drawing mushrooms lately, and I don't know, I just really like it. July 25th, I drew my Ruby wife, Yang. I love Yang. I was trying some more perspective on that fist, and I will probably make this a illustration with the character that's on the next page. But I like the way this came out. I feel like she's a little stiff, so if I do make this the final illustration, I'll probably try to unstiffen it. But I don't know, I just really like this. And then the next day I drew my other Ruby wife. These two are my favorite characters in the series. This is Pyrrha. I love Pyrrha. And yeah, I love Pyrrha, and I really think it would be a cool illustration to draw her and Yang back to back because they're my favorites, and I really like the way Pyrrha came out. So I think I will be doing some fan art of some Ruby characters because I finally finished, I'm caught up on season 3, and I just have to say I can't wait for season 4, and that's all. No spoilers, that's all. Also, this is the last page in my July sketchbook. After my birthday, I kind of forgot I owned a sketchbook. And, yeah, so, yeah. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Also, if you haven't joined our cute little squid pod, and why haven't you? Click that subscribe button down below and you can join us and you can keep updated on when I upload new videos. I generally upload videos on Monday, Wednesdays, and those are art related videos like sketchbook tours and fan art, speed paint, art hauls, stuff like that. Then I have unboxing videos on Friday like art snacks, loot crate, stuff like that. And then review videos on Saturdays, just art supply reviews. Those are the general things. So yeah, you can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you want. My links are in the description below. Or if you want to go check out my art store and buy originals and prints from me, my link is also in the description for my art store. So until next time, guys, toodaloo. And honestly, the first thing that came to my mind was a girl walking through the forest with a lantern. I don't feel like I executed it as well as I could have. I don't know, the Copic